So welcome back to our handwriting practice, and today Faison has shared with me some of the improvements that he's made, so we're going to have a quick look at that. So if you look here, you can see that writing on the board, he's focused on different points and identified which is the best part of the handwriting that he's done. And then we've talked about the space that you use when you're writing, and also how to improve the height of your letters. So well done for that, Faison. I'm very, very pleased with this piece of work. How excellent is that? So that's a really good example of using a slanted section on the desk so that when you're writing, your page is not flat. This allows your wrist greater movement when you're writing, and you can produce much better patterns. So that was good, Faison. I think we need to work continually with that. And also, I really liked how you shared your pencil grips with me. So this was an example of how you might hold your pen, and very often when you're holding your pen, if you're holding it right at that tip end there's too much pressure on the paper when you're writing. So it's learning about how to hold your pen correctly with the correct distance. And one of the things that I asked you was, do you ever use a pencil grip? And you gave me this really fantastic set to look at, which shows the different types of pencil grips that you might use and why you might use them. And the most important thing from today's lesson is to use those pencil grips with a pen. So step 1, find a pen that you really like using when you're writing. Step 2, use a pencil grip on that pen, because the section of the pen where you need to hold, if it's got that rubber grip around it, it will allow your fingers to feel comfortable as you write. So I'm really pleased you did that this session. And I like the fact that you've created a title for our podcast. So welcome to the podcast. That's a lovely title. Do look at pencil grips. You've got a whole set of pencil grips there. So anyone looking at this video for some extra help for learning from the learning and writing that you're doing, pencil grips, fantastic way forward. Don't just use them for pencils, use them for pens as well. And look at that board there. You've used your pencil grip, you've used it with a pen, you've decided which pen is more comfortable for you, which pen do you like in terms of the writing on the surface, and we've also used that whiteboard again. Love the way that you did those patterns. Excellent. So to finish then, we're thinking about we're thinking about your video of how did you control that practice. So let's have a quick look again.
Draw a line under the shape areas that you think are quite good. Yes, that's a good area there. Excellent. And you can see for all that handwriting, look at the very top bit where perhaps your hand was losing a little bit of control. Then the practice, that's really good. Well done.
And the most important part about that is that you're really leading that decision about which part of the writing do you feel happiest with, and which part are you really proud of having completed. And I'm really pleased to have worked with you today, because that's a fantastic move forward. And there are 2 things that we're thinking about now: using pencil grips as well with our pens, not just for pencils, and making sure that you look at your own writing and make your own decision which bit is better and why. We did a lot of spacing activity, which is thinking about, go back to that finger space between words, and also visually think of the difference between the capital letter, which is taller, then the letters that actually have that high height, like the H or the T, and the letters that have that tail, like the P and the Q. And finally, the smaller letters that need to be half the size of your capital letters, and that's what we'll be working on in future videos. So well done, see you soon, bye now.